Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben, and this is my take on Tottenham. And full-time result: Tottenham 3, Leicester 1. We're going to get into it. Um, Much better performance this week. Much better. There's still some problems. You know, never pleased. Am I? But let's get into it. It was an interesting match. But like I said, much better than we had two games where we reverted back to our Nuno team, our Nuno shots on goal team or attempts or anything like that. No creativity against Brighton and Brentford. But a lot better today. Lot better. Um, Team use, little bit of a change, controversial, little bit. I don't think a lot of people would have been happy. First off, Oliver Skip is out now for the rest of the season, which is a massive shame. As you heard that biker outside, if the camera might have picked that audio up, was not happy with that decision. No, Oliver Skip is out for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, they've decided to have him undergo surgery. So unfortunately, that was ruled him out. I've got to say, it's probably not in a good way. I mean, but it's probably saved Antonio Conte a selection headache that he would have had over whether to go with Højbjerg and Bentancur or Skip and Bentancur or Højbjerg and Skip, which the last two, Højbjerg and Skip, was a great partnership in midfield. Obviously, Bentancur's come in and clicked really well with Højbjerg as well. So in one way, it's probably saved Conte a headache with that, but another way, we need that depth. We need that depth on the bench, and unfortunately, as I keep saying, and I've been saying for the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's the first 11 or nothing pretty much at the minute, and that's kind of worrying place to be. So no Skip for the rest of the season. Decky was pushed to the bench. I can see why. I absolutely can. I can see why. But Lucas Moura was brought on as replacement, and I don't know. I personally would have gone with a Bergwijn. I know Bergwijn's more preferred out on the left, so substitution wise, he's usually going to come on for Sonny. But I don't know. I love Lucas Moura as much as any Spurs fan, and I say it all the time. You know, in regards to Amsterdam a couple of years ago, but I just I don't know. Something needed to change. Obviously, we had the best informed three in the Premier League who were scoring and assisting for fun, and then we just completely dropped off a cliff face with goals and chances in the last two games. So something had to change. So credit to Conte for making that change. Unfortunately for Lucas, it didn't really work out, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, so Lucas started, promising 5 minutes. Really, at the start of the game, we came out really going at Leicester. I thought we were chasing a lot down, not giving them much time, and then they slowed. It all just slowed down after that, and that was really frustrating to see because we've had that in the last couple of games. We've had the slowing down. We've had the lack of intensity from, and not what you expect from a Conte side. Leicester hit the post. Really, the Spurs were slowing down again. Allowed Leicester in. I can't remember who it was. It was Daka, I think, or Iheanacho. It might have been Daka. And it looked like it just hit the post. But luckily, Hugo Lloris, we saw on the replay, managed to get his fingertips to it and pushed it onto the post. So in reality, it was actually a really good save from Lloris to tip it onto the post. And then Ben Davies made an error, and Christian Romero absolutely bailed him out. So Ben Davies lost the ball. I can't remember too. I think it was all Brighton, and he thread across. He took the ball off, and it kind of bobbled its way through, and across the ball went across the area. and it looked like we were going to get punished for it. And who came swooping in like Superman was Christian Romero. Massive slide tackle, won the ball, took it out of play, and was like, basically, don't make that sort of mistake again. um, and then we got the goal. It was quite a scrappy game. I was going to say against the run of play. I think Leicester were, you know, it was just a scrappy game. I thought in general. I don't think any team particularly shone. Obviously, Spurs won 3-1, but I don't think Spurs played the best they played in recent weeks against a Leicester team that made 8 changes because of their midweek game in Europe. So, but we got the goal. Harry Kane, good to finally. First of all, good to see a shot on goal. You forgot what one of those looked like again. How many times we said that this season? But yeah, really good. And bloody hell, a goal from a corner. I hope someone recorded it or took a picture because I forgot what that looked like. A goal from a corner kick. It can happen. Dreams do come true. Yeah, it does happen. Um, Sonny took the corner, and you've got to critique Leicester really on that one because you can't leave Kane and Martz like that, and he headed it in, and Spurs got the goal. I think you could say deserved, but I think Spurs were just sort of edging Leicester. Kane then had another chance, and once Spurs got the goal, they started really sort of purring after that. They really taking the game to Leicester. Kane had this chance. It was a back pass threaded through with nothing on it, and Kane managed to just get a toe to it. It was too close. Schmeichel had already come out, and he smothered it and got the ball away. But it was a good chance for Kane. Just timing of it just was a bit unfortunate. Lucas, I thought, was struggling a lot in the first half. Felt like he'd been given a chance with his start, and he just wasn't taking it. Not really doing much when he had the ball, running forward, not creating many chances. I think he had one cross, maybe two, but there was nothing from it. There was no clear cut chances. Big shame. We'll talk about Lucas in a bit. Second half again came out. It was quite scrappy. It was quite a few tackles flying in. Romero, obviously, being on the forefront of those. And then about 50, 55, 56 minutes came, and I think Conte had seen enough for Lucas, took him off. Naturally, Kulusevski came on. And you just saw an instant impact. More energy, more direction, more of a threat. He got the ball immediately, ran up into the Leicester area, penalty area, and was just causing problems. I think he sort of slip over. I think, but he got to the byline. I think as he tried to pull it back, he just lost his foot and slips over. But it was getting into that position and creating a problem and creating a threat. And then we got a goal. We get our second goal, and Decky was involved. First of all, Romero. Now, this was a little bit contentious. If you're a Leicester fan, I can understand why. I don't think there was anything wrong with it. Romero, I think it was on Soyuncu, left a crunching tackle, absolutely crunching tackle on Soyuncu, and the ball found its way to Decky, who took it forwards, pulled it back for Sonny, who had a bit of a swivel, and it wasn't the cleanest contact, but sent it into the bottom corner, and 2-0. Brilliant move from Decky as well. Brilliant. And that's what I mean. It was an instant impact from him. It was so much more than what Lucas was offering, and really good. And that was good because it meant a bit more security for Spurs, and they kind of managed the game from that point on. Lloris had to come out once to make a save where I think Daka was running through on goal, and he just a bit of a sweeper mode. He back to his roots actually when he first joined. He was very much a sweeper keeper when he first joined us from Lyon, and he just came out for it. Pretty good reactions considering reality he didn't have much to do this afternoon. And then we got our third goal, and it was brilliant. It was absolutely sublime from Sonny. pick the ball up, and just when you see Sonny do shots like this, when you see him take his goals this way, you just have to sort of admire it, and that's, I think sometimes that's why I get frustrated with Sonny, because there are some times that he doesn't look confident to even, take a shot, and when he's got this in his locker, basically he got to the edge of the box and on his weaker foot curled a lovely, about 25 yards out, curled a lovely finish right over, looped over Schmeichel, right into the far corner. Amazing goal. Really was amazing goal. Kind of semi reminded me. I think the Arsenal one was better, but reminded me of that goal he scored against Arsenal where he received it and he just curled it around the keeper. It was a really good finish, and like I said, on his weaker foot as well. So, and at that point, you're kind of looking at it sort of game, set, and match really for Spurs. Romero had such a brilliant moment of. I keep saying brilliant. He had an amazing moment in defence. We were kind of faffing around with it at the back, and the ball was. I think Iheanacho's running for the ball, and Romero's running the other way. So they're both running for this ball, and most of us probably thinking like Romero's going to just clean him out, just go in, slide in, whatever. Which he's good at. He's good at winning the ball in those tackles. So you would have been that not confident of him doing that. And what he did, they both run at each other, and Romero gets to it first, and he just does this little two-touch move, and he gets around him, and just it was just oozed class and calmness, and it was kind of like a Bentancur type thing with like the heartbeat going at like 1 beat per hour because he's that cool sort of thing. Like it was just literally just like, how do you do that? How do you have the bottle to do that? So yeah, lovely bit of skill there from Romero. Jamie Vardy went close in the 88th minute with a header, just went wide, got in front of Dyer, and the header went wide. But the commentator actually said at the time that in the 88th minute that was Leicester's first attempt in the second half. In the second half, so their first attempt in the second half was in the 88th minute, and I think that kind of shows testament to Spurs that they did manage the game quite well. Were they at the best? No, but they still managed the game. Even at 2-0, they managed it. And unfortunately, I have to say the critique has to come. They just switched off and allowed Leicester to get a consolation goal back. So it's no clean sheet for Lloris. It's a good finish from Iheanacho on his left foot, drilled it from the edge of the box, and it beat Lloris at his near post. You have to maybe criticise him for getting beat at that post, but I think more the blame has to lie with Bergwijn on it, because Dyer was calling him out on it as well, because Bergwijn just was too like lazily not closing him down, and allowed him that time to get that chance away and score. Didn't change the game, unfortunately. Literally the game was kind of done really at 3-0. Like I said, it was more of a consolation goal, but really good performance. I'll talk about the negative first, which, like I said, I need to talk about Lucas. It's just a shame. It's such a shame because Lucas has everything in his locker to be a really threatening winger. And as was shown under Jose, he had a really good purple patch, and when he was in that attacking midfielder role, when he was playing behind Kane, I remember he had a good 4 or 5 weeks in that position, and he was in there every single week. And I don't know, it's annoying because it's not annoying, it's frustrating more so because, like I said, he's got it in his locker, and we've seen what he can do. And I say it every week. I say it every single week. It's always the same. It's always running with probably good intentions, but no end product. I remember Aaron Lennon used to get that stick back in the day, for all his running, his pace and everything. And my God, he was fast. He was, we all know we all love Aaron Lennon. But a lot of the critique back in the day was that he had no end product. He could never cross. I never felt it was as bad as people made out. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of get similar vibes with Lucas, unfortunately, and I do love him. I think he's such a good personality to have around the club, and and everything. But it's just a shame that we don't see enough of the Lucas from Amsterdam, or or whatever. He's hardly on the score sheet, and I know that comes part and parcel with starting games, and he's not starting, so you can't criticize him for not scoring if he's not even playing, and I get that. But there's Conte's got to see something to get him in that team, and the only reason that I think he started him today was because something needed freshening up from the last two games that we've really stagnated in performances. That's the only reason. I don't think he would have started him based on. I was going to say merit. I don't think he would have started him based on form, because there's been no form, and that's what I mean. So it's really poor, and I hope he improves. We need everyone, at their best at this point of the season. We all need to be together. We all need to, everyone needs to be maxing their levels, really, and to get to that final push. Got a big game next weekend, and they're all big games, though. That's the thing, and we just can't afford to have lackluster performances, and it's a shame. And I could see it in his face; he was annoyed, he was gutted that he hadn't performed. And Decky will probably start next week, and that'll be that. But um, yeah, it's a shame for Lucas. I personally think Bergwijn is a better option in terms of going forward. I think Bergwijn offers us more attacking wise and whatnot, and he's quite versatile as well. Um, yeah, it's a shame for Lucas. But on to the positives. Honourable shout out, Sonny. Sonny was excellent today. Not his best, but was excellent. He was carrying the ball a lot, running at the defence, causing problems. Got 2 goals, and an assist because he got the corner for Kane. Like I said, got his 2 goals, and obviously that last goal was just something else. Really was incredible. And I would give him the man of the match, but there's another man who already had it sewn up, in my eyes. Kulusevski, I thought was obviously a really good addition today. It's the only positive I could see from him being on the bench. Is it's the sort of player that could cause havoc bringing on. Obviously, I don't. Like I said, I've just spoken about Lucas. I just think that Kulusevski just showed within the first minute of him being on the pitch how much more of a threat he is, than Lucas on that side. But yeah, really good introduction. Got involved straight away. Got an assist as well. Yeah, really good from Decky. I thought Ben Davies. A little shout out for Ben Davies. I thought he had a really solid game. He had one mistake and looked a little bit shaky up until that point. But once he had that mistake, once he got it out of his system, I thought he was solid the rest of the game. I thought he was really, really good today, Davies, and handled himself very well. I thought Sessegnon had an okay game defensively. Was a lot better. Going forward, just needs to tweak a few things, but a lot better. So that was good. Harry Kane as well. We have to give him a shout out. I thought again, not the Kane masterclass performance, but was good. It was definitely good. It was a lot better than the last couple of weeks of invisibility, and the passing game was strong again. Not the best, but stronger. He was dropping deep again, which usually means good things for Sonny and Kulusevski. And obviously got his goal, which he took very well. And he always scores against Leicester. He always scores against Leicester. But you know who I'm going to talk about now. My man of the match, Christian Romero. I hope he has big pockets, because there's going to be quite a few Leicester players to get rid of on the way out of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Yeah, he was excellent today. Slide tackles galore, winning every single tackle pretty much. Cool, calm, collected figure, and he was just like brilliant. And it's such a shame that we conceded, because his performance warranted a clean sheet. So I'm gutted for him on that side of things. But yeah, he was superb today. Really, really was. so solid, so solid crew. That's what he is. He's a so solid crew. Yeah, he was brilliant, and like I said, just winning every tackle, every single tackle. He was sticking it, and one of them led to the second goal as well. And it's just for me, like especially in the modern game, like you have to really be careful with tackles and stuff. Like um, Romero just seems to go into these tackles sliding, and they're crunching tackles, but they don't. Like he gets all the ball. He times them to perfection, and yeah, like he's going to be something special for us, hopefully. And yeah, he's been fantastic for the last couple of weeks, and a lot of this season as well. We have to say, but today I thought it was just a Christian Romero masterclass performance. So yeah, Romero gets my man of the match. Next Saturday, we have got to go to Anfield. I laugh because I know it's going to be horrible. I hate these. I hate these matches. And the thing is, the ones that I write us off, they generally do quite well. But I promise you, I'm not saying that. I wrote us off against Man City, and then look what they did. I wrote us off against Man City at the start of the season, and look what they did. You know, and then you go into the games like the Man United game, thinking United are awful at the minute. They really are terrible. And you're thinking, right, let's go to Old Trafford and get a result. And they played bloody good in that game and lost out to, let's be honest, the Ronaldo show. Anfield is a completely different ball game. We all know it. It is mental, and it's going to be absolutely impossibly difficult. They are on the charge for the title against Man City, and neither of them are slipping up. And guess what? They make each other better. They do. Man City constantly going one up makes Liverpool want to go one up, and then vice versa. And who's going to come out losing is going to be us, because we're not going to get anything from next week. I will be happy with a draw. I cannot see us winning at all. Um, I don't know, man. But then again, it's something that Conte would do. Like, and the thing is, that game at the Spurs Stadium earlier in the season. I mean, what? First of all, what a game from for the Premier League it was. It was a brilliant advertisement for football. Both teams were just going at each other, and Spurs deserved their point from that game as well. Absolutely deserved it. But I don't know. Liverpool look like they're in like God mode at the minute, and I can't see them. Like, I know they got a nervy 1-0 win yesterday against Newcastle. I watched the game, but they didn't have Trent, they didn't have Salah. I know they brought him on. You know, they rested those sort of key players. We don't have that strength and depth to do that. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah, I will happily take a draw, but it's going to be very difficult, and that's why I'm winning today and winning the remaining games around that as well. Obviously, the North London derby is going to be key. Arsenal playing West Ham this afternoon, so I I I don't. I'm not saying it's a horrible way. I don't think West Ham are in the Champions League race anymore. They are in the sense of that they're in the Europa League, semi-final, so they can still get in via that way. But in terms of the top four, I don't think they are. So probably could do with West Ham winning today. So reluctantly, I'm going to end up rooting for West Ham today, because I think it's important if Arsenal can just drop some points today, then that'll be good, because it'll hopefully, if we win and they drop, if we do lose next week, when we probably will lose next week, it will, even if Arsenal win, it will hopefully level things off, and then it will all come down to that North London derby. I don't know. It'll be interesting, won't it? But yeah, all eyes on Arsenal now. It's back onto them, and hopefully West Ham can do us a favour. We'll see. But yeah, I will see you guys next Saturday. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm sure any other rival teams watching this video, or any rival fans watching this video, probably will be looking out for that video. I certainly am not looking forward to it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you guys next Saturday. And as always, come on, you Spurs.